Right, here we are, ready to rock and roll on to episode 2. Memories, which I believe we are going to the old school. Previously, on the last door. Jeremiah DeVitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend, Anthony Beechworth. He travels to his friend's manor in Sussex, where he learns of Anthony's descent into madness and the death of his wife, Anna Beechworth. DeVitt faces the perils of the house and finally finds the dead body of his friend who committed suicide. Anthony's final letter warns DeVitt of an unknown danger and asks him to remember his past by going back to the boarding school they both attended years back. So I don't need to recap, it does it for you. Fantastic. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. I'm trying to remember what to do. Give us each day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. That's dramatic. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Oh, good Lord. I see a lot of black and white and trees. Jeremiah sounds pretty panicked. It's a very distinct tree. Oh, really? Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me! Really? How would he answer? You don't like that, for goodness sake. That made me jump. Oh, boy. That's what happens when you don't play these games for a long time. What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. Do I have to? I was ready for it that time. That time didn't get me. Where are we going? Well, I assume to the school, but how did we get here in this sort of terrifying... When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2. Jeez Louise. 3, now! Wake up! Wake up! Same. You can rest, man. Now, Mr. DeVitt. That'll be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I'm confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? I struggled to find adequate words. It looked like an eye. It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, the complete darkness where an evil dwells deep below, the forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear is already awoken. That was a long descriptor for it looked like an eye. I can understand why you're disturbed, Mr. DeVitt. With your permission, I'd like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man who I've known for many years, who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. If you think it would help, Doctor, I leave it in your hands. The agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man can help, then I welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. We just leave, like, yeah, bye. Thanks for that. Anthony, my friend, what's really happened to you? How could you have let your wife Anna die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter, you wrote that something awaits me. A warning to warn me from genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity. Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easy again until I go back to that boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. Jeremiah montage. Ah, he made it. All the way to Scotland. It's quite a long way from London. I assume he was in London anyway. Episode 2. Memories. Here we are. An old, quite damaged mailbox. Oh, let's go have a look inside. There's a postcard inside the mailbox. Let's just take it. Dear Matthew, it's been several months and still I've heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a hospital in London and pray that it reaches you safely. If that is the case, I want you to know that I'll always be waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. Well, I think that was actually illegal. You're not supposed to take other people's mail and read it, but never mind. Jeremiah obviously doesn't mind in the slightest. A stone eagle lies on the floor and appears to have broken off at the fountain. The Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but it looks neglected and dirty now. Charming. Oh, we can take it! Okay, we'll just carry around this in our pocket. That's fine. That's not heavy or anything. Oh, a nun. Let's go this way first. Oh, we're not allowed to. Okay, fine. I can talk to you then. Wait, can I hang up my hat and coat like I did last time? Maybe we'll wear it all the time this time. Pardon, excuse me, sister. Good evening, sister. Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. DeWitt? I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. DeWitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago, and is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to Mr. DeWitt? I'm afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there is little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody but Monsieur, of course. Monsieur? Is that how you pronounce that? Exactly! But you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. DeWitt? Suppose help me remember. I prefer not to talk about it. This place will help me remember my past. If you have memory problems, I recommend you to visit a doctor immediately and don't waste your time here. Oh wow, okay. It'd be good for me to appreciate the passage of time. I guess it'd be a good idea to visit the place again and perceive the passage of time. Perceive the passage of time? What are you talking about? To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. But I could tell you why this place is so important for me, but it is, a lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. DeWitt, even though we told 2 lies before we said the truth. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. Oh, now the hat and coat comes off. Every episode. Is he just going to say, my coat? My coat! Yep. This painting holds a visage of judgment, but yet compassion. A huge wooden crucifix watch the door. Can I go in there? She's going to be like, excuse me. Mr. DeWitt, you're not allowed to get in there. Yeah. What about upstairs? Oh, I could go up there, that's fine. A dusty old tapestry of the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus in her arms, and the cross, and a door. It's in the door. Well, we can open it at least. Let's go. Another nun. Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers unanswered. What do you mean, sister? All these years entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign. For something that can give me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream, and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? The Lord works in mysterious ways, and maybe there is no Lord. Let's not just destroy her faith. The Lord works in mysterious ways, sister. Certainly, yes, but I don't ask for much, just something to go on, a path to follow. I can't go on like this. Excuse me, sir. Okay, wow, we just sort of, ruined that. On the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, a well-worn Bible and rosary beads gather dust. One of the humble beds where the nuns sleep. What's this on here? A syringe next to a flask with a label that reads morphine. That's got to be useful. But I'm assuming there's a nun in here, so we can't take it. Oh, mirror that hardly reflects. Oh, it's just the door. I talked to her again. She said, Sister, please. I just want to be alone. Okay, let's go. We'll leave the nun to her existential crisis. Worn out and faded tapestry of Jesus Christ. It's a long one. We'll just stomach on it, that's fine. Another tapestry, though I remember from my school days the student dormitory was here. Oh, okay, so we're gonna have to pull it down or something later. What's in here? Okay, let's go in. Showers. Broken mirror. There's a protruding piece. Let's take that. Just a couple of towels. And what is that? There's a puddle of water in the shower hole with something shining under the grating. I cannot see it properly. Really? The tap of this shower. Well, let's turn it. If I open the tap, the shiny object will be carried away by the stream of water. Oh. Okay. We'll come back to that. The rusty old pipe communicates with other areas in the house. Intriguing. Well, I have a sharp object. Yep. The mirror took a sharp but too weak to cut the tapestry. It might break. Oh, okay. Got to do some more with this first. Okay, but I'll come back to you, precious tapestry, that I'm probably going to rip a hole in. She's still in here. I want that morphine. I don't know why I want that morphine, but I'm assuming it's useful. We can't go in there, she won't let us, so let's go back outside. And carry on going this way. Windows. Ah. A locked door. Okay. A locked wood coffin, badly finished. It seems that whoever made it was a bit rushed to finish. What a terrible coffin this is. Hello. Good evening. Hope you are right and this turns out to be, indeed, a good evening. My name is DeWitt. I did not know there was a graveyard here. My pleasure, Mr. DeWitt. I am Frank Baldwin. Do not ask me why, but Monsieur specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Why? I do not understand. Did he order to bury corpses here? Why? I do not understand. What is there to understand, Mr. DeWitt? God has forsaken this place. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. I'll leave you with your work. Have a nice evening. Like, okay, now you significantly creeped us out, Mr. Gravedigger. I'll leave you to it. There are a lot of graves here. A small group of graves have been haphazardly arranged. Small group? Quite a few there. Aha! A piece of old fishing net. Ours. What is this? Many years adrift to perfectly smooth this flotsam into a small log. Let's take that as well. The Lost Pilgrim, a sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Oh, that's cute! Okay, come on, let's have a shifty. We've got a log, a mirror, a net. Got to get in that those other places somehow. Need to figure out how. Let's go back in here. And let's talk to her again. Ah. Do you take care of patients here? Do you say that you cared for patients? Of course, Mr. DeWitt. We tend to both the physical and spiritual needs of those in our care. Did Monsieur already live here? When this venue was still a boarding school. Indeed, he still was a priest and professor before he came, Monsieur, and started to lead this place. Talk to Monsieur. Could I talk to Monsieur? I'm afraid that's impossible. Monsieur has left strict instructions that he not be disturbed, not even by any of the sisters. Mr. Baldwin. Who's Mr. Baldwin? Monsieur instructed me to take him on as caretaker. Many of the sisters find him a bit strange, but he performs his work well and complains little. Have there been many deaths here? Not that I just saw all those out there. Mother Elizabeth, Mr. Baldwin told me that lately a lot of patients are dying. What's happening? Sadly, the Lord is taking many of these unfortunate souls. Okay, thanks, Mother. I'll leave you to your duties. I have a postcard. Would you like to see it? I'm not sure if this person is the recipient of this letter. Well, no, it was addressed to Matthew, and I'm assuming her name is not Matthew. Stone ornament, mirror, net, log. I'm not allowed to go through here, am I? Oh, what? Now I'm allowed? I wasn't allowed before. Among the baggages, I see a packet of letters bound by twine. Oh, we'll just... I'm not going to steal that. I'd ask you not to touch my belongings, please. You're not aware of who you are talking to. I'm sorry. Yeah, just rifling through your things. Don't mind us. Doctor! I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind. He has been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vignier, and this is my brother, Matthew. Juliet, why have you left me? Why didn't you answer my letters? My letters. You see, the poor man is still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vignier. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Well, considering I have a postcard here, but do I want to give it to him when she's right there? We can try. Mr. Vignier, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who's written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you are recovering. I wish that your beloved sister and you come back home soon. That's... no. Excuse me, lady. That was not what was on that thing. There's a note here. A magazine entitled Weird Tales. Oh, Weird Tales. That's was that out in the 1800s? It might have been, actually. I don't know. Photographs of people. Most likely family and friends of this bed's previous resident. Previous resident. Are you alright, madam? There was a rhythmic sound, like a breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my leg, and I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp and there was nothing. I'm sure it's just a nightmare. Madam? Bad things are happening. It's quite a pale young boy. He is asleep. Well, let's leave him asleep then. Oh, another nun. Piety! Please, someone. Piety. I'm sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Because, you know, I'm a doctor. Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He'll provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she is beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. This one? Gloomy statue of the Virgin... gloomy. Statue of the Virgin Mary makes its place even more mournful than is possible. I'm assuming this is the door that goes back outside. Yeah. So we don't need to go through there. But we can poke out in here. Picture of the Virgin Mary gazing at you, supposedly to portray sympathy and compassion for you. However, it seems to look more pained and sorrowful here. Oh, you're a delight of it. Oh, we'll just walk in here. Oh, hey. I remember that we used to keep here some textbooks. Now there's a music box. Let's just yoink that, shall we? Dear brother, I received your letter and I'll try to write you more frequently. I hope you're studying a lot and you feel comfortable there. I miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father is in bed with fever, and I do not feel very well, but I am on medication. Today is my birthday and I'm feeling blue. This is a quiet and boring Sunday at the village. Mum is going to cook a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Write back soon. I'm looking forward to knowing how you are doing, what you are learning, how is Scotland, and so on. A big hug. I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. Oh. We're reading a lot of other people's mail in this episode. And diaries. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of a lecture for no reason, even during his favourite class, theology. January 18th. Today Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment and was expelled from class for it, and even DeWitt was admonished, "Hey, that's me!" just for reading a philosophy book. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his eye towards me. My father would be disappointed if I failed to get good marks. January 21st. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture, he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit. January 22nd. Father Eugene taught a theology class today, even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what had happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us he had taken ill. What worries me is how now Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th. It has been a month since we last saw Father Ernest. We are told that he's still sick, but if he is so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken it upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodged the question, and I am starting to think they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they try to hide it behind a calm face. But what about Father Ernest? I hear he alone is to remain after we vacate the premises. That was a not good noise. Oh, that made me jump. There's a picture in the diary. There's a photograph of my graduating class. There's us, I think. Our hair kind of melts into the background. We look bald. I see myself, Father Ernest and Anthony. I don't remember the names of the others. One face has been completely scratched out, so it has. That was scary. What the heck was that noise? There's an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. Looks like it's been there for years, as the chalk has faded in some places. What the heck was that noise? I did not like it. The books on these shelves are old and musty. Theology is a dominant subject. Is that all we came in here for? Can I take the picture? We've got a music box anyway. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but something else in there. Okay, let's go then. Piety! Please help.